Which celebrities dared to wear white at a royal wedding? What famous pop star was caught chewing gum during the ceremony? Was the cast of Suits adequately prepared for Meghan Markle's nuptials? British royal matrimonial traditions aren't safe when these guests are around. The invitations for Princess Eugenie's 2018 wedding reportedly instructed female guests to wear their, quote, day dress with hat, so Cara Delevingne definitely defied that dress code when she opted for a suit and top hat instead. Her outfit initially seemed like a bold defiance of the clearly stated rules, but Delevingne later revealed that she'd gotten permission from the bride, whom she's known since childhood. As she told the magazine Grazia, "Eugenie has been a friend of mine since I was a kid, and I've always wanted to wear tails. I texted her, as I wasn't sure about it, and she was like, of course, I expected nothing else from you." Regardless of gender, the rules concerning wearing a top hat remain the same, specifically that a top hat should be carried, not worn inside the church. That's a rule that Delevingne might not have been aware of, considering she was captured on camera walking about with it still on her head, along with a toothpick in her mouth. An OBE is an honor given to civilians by the Queen. It stands for Officer of the Order of the British Empire, and as noted by the Scottish Sun, the OBE is generally given to people who have made a major contribution to their line of work, or whose work has gained national prominence. Famous English footballer David Beckham received this particular honor in 2003. When attending royal weddings, it's traditional to wear any medals that represent honors given by the Queen. But when Beckham showed up to the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton in 2011, he was wearing his medal on the wrong lapel. Photographs after the ceremony show that he was later wearing it on the correct side, so it seems that he realized his mistake at some point. It's also tradition to show your patriotism at a royal wedding by wearing a British designer. Thus, Beckham also bucked tradition by wearing a morning suit by Ralph Lauren, who's an American designer. It's tradition for ladies to don a fancy hat to a royal wedding, but actor Carey Mulligan stuck to a simpler look and avoided the fuss of an elaborate fascinator or an extravagant headpiece when she attended Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. She opted instead to pull her hair back with what appeared to be a large white feathered hair clip. The lack of traditional headwear worked in her favor though, as the Daily Mail praised the elegance in her ensemble, while Harper's Bazaar named her as one of the best-dressed guests at the royal wedding. However, Mulligan later admitted that attending the royal wedding wasn't as fun as it might sound. As she explained during a 2018 appearance on The Graham Norton Show, the guests were kind of on lockdown.
The main problem was that I didn't think that there would be a toilet, so I didn't drink anything, so I got quite dehydrated.
Mulligan also noted, "You kind of have to make provision for all the craziness that was going on. I was super focused on just not falling over." Clearly, the dress code isn't the only thing that can be stifling about royal weddings, but at least it turns out that there was, in fact, a toilet available.
At a normal wedding, you don't think, will there be a bathroom?
While it is indeed tradition to wear a hat at a royal wedding, it's also customary to not wear anything too eccentric. As Lucy Hume, who's the associate director of an etiquette coaching company, advised in Town & Country's Guide to Royal Wedding Etiquette, resist novelty elements or anything that will draw too much attention away from the bride. And as fellow etiquette instructor William Hanson added, it's in a church, so you can't have a huge hat because no one behind you will be able to see. But Princess Beatrice is known for breaking the advised hat etiquette and wearing over-the-top headpieces to royal festivities, like the butterfly fascinator she wore when she attended Peter Phillips and Autumn Kelly's 2008 wedding. But the hat that wins the award for her most bizarre is the one she wore to Prince William and Kate Middleton's nuptials. According to The Hollywood Reporter, it was mocked endlessly online, with social media users comparing it to everything from fallopian tubes to a creature from Doctor Who. The designer of the hat, Philip Tracy, also endured serious backlash over his odd creation. As he told BBC Radio 4's Desert Island Discs, "There was a moment when I thought I'd find myself, my head on a spike outside the Tower of London, but it was a very modern hat, and modernity is always unusual things." Among the attendees at Meghan Markle's wedding to Prince Harry were her former co-stars on the USA legal drama Suits. As they were mostly American, it's no surprise that they had a lot of catching up to do when it comes to royal etiquette. One rule in particular that they didn't seem to know about is that you can't take selfies. It's a major no-no to post on social media at royal weddings, especially before the official photographs are released. As former royal editor Duncan Larcombe revealed to Cosmopolitan, guests will be told not to to take pictures at any part of the day. There are also strict guidelines against updating social media. With Metro reporting, guests have apparently been asked to leave their phones at home, as they won't be allowed inside the church. Selfies are also a big faux pas. So the Suits cast members definitely went against royal guidelines when they took a group selfie and posted it on Instagram before the wedding even started. Same goes for Patrick J. Adams when he posted a selfie with his wife, Troian Bellisario, in front of Windsor Castle. But they aren't the only celebrities who have ever posted to socials at a royal wedding. Naomi Campbell, for one, also updated social media from inside Princess Eugenie's wedding, which is even worse and definitely flouts traditional etiquette. It might come as a surprise that it's frowned upon to expose your toes at a royal wedding or at any formal royal event, even in the summer. As Harper's Bazaar reported, female guests at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's were told not to wear open-toe shoes. As etiquette expert William Hanson explained to the magazine, open-toed shoes are considered informal footwear and inappropriate for formal occasions. If that's the case, then Pretty Little Liars star Troian Bellisario flouted royal etiquette when she wore heeled sandals to witness Meghan and Harry tie the knot. She admitted to the Daily Telegraph that she had anxiety over the dress code, particularly the hat. As she explained, "You could get one that is an absolute piece of art, but then are you being too vain and trying to call too much attention to yourself? Or if you get a fascinator that's very small, are you not going for tradition? I'd never needed a fascinator in my life, and here I was trying to walk this tightrope of don't go too big, don't go too small. It was a nightmare." Unfortunately, Bellisario seemed to have been so worried about whether or not she was breaking hat tradition that the idea of her shoes being an issue never even crossed her mind. But to be fair, who could blame her for having so much anxiety about getting things right? It's frowned upon and viewed as disrespectful to chew gum in a church in England, especially in front of the Queen. Royal weddings typically include both the church and the Queen, an unlucky fact for guests who desire to freshen their breath. Simply put, it's not a good look to be chomping away in the presence of the Lord or Her Majesty. But pop star Robbie Williams clearly didn't get the memo about this etiquette rule, as he was caught on camera enjoying some minty freshness during Princess Eugenie's 2018 wedding. As reported by the Evening Standard, fans took to Twitter to express their disgust over the incident, saying things like, "Shame Robbie Williams has no social skills, sitting there chewing gum," and "Robbie Williams chewing gum, yuck." Another snootily labeled him a commoner. As silly as it seems to make a fuss over something as frivolous as gum, Williams isn't the only celeb who's been accused of this apparently unforgivable mistake. David Beckham was also caught chewing gum at Harry and Meghan's wedding, and the press had a field day with that one. Wedding guests are generally encouraged not to wear white to any wedding, and at royal nuptials, it's laid out as an official code so as not to upstage the royal wedding dress. As reported by the Irish Examiner, according to traditional etiquette protocols, wearing cream or white must be left to the bride.
We all know that at a wedding, only the bride should wear white, right?
Yeah.
Even though that seems obvious, there have been several celebs who have infringed on this instruction. For instance, singer Joss Stone technically broke the rule at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. Her dress had a pattern, but it was still mostly white, and she paired it with a white fascinator. In another case, actor and model Ida Field sparked criticism when she wore what appeared to be a white Armani skirt suit to Princess Eugenie's wedding. While others claimed it was more of a cream or a gray color, the fact that it sparked debate at all confirms that it was too close to white. In a rather striking example, Pippa Middleton oddly wore white at her sister Kate's wedding to Prince William. While it's true that royal child bridesmaids typically wear white, the fully grown Pippa could have easily been mistaken for the bride. However, Pippa's dress was reportedly meant to poetically connect the sisters, as it used the same buttons and lace. So perhaps they decided to stick with white to add to that effect. In British royal weddings, a groom's best man isn't really a thing. At least, it wasn't until Prince William named his brother Prince Harry as his best man at his 2011 wedding. As reported by The Guardian, bridegrooms in royal weddings traditionally choose a supporter instead of a best man. But William wanted to break from this tradition and give his brother a title that he felt was more deserving. His bride, Kate Middleton, broke a similar tradition by naming her sister Pippa as maid of honor. As royalty expert Marlene Koenig explained to Town Town & Country, most royal brides do not have adult bridesmaids. The Duchess of Cambridge having her sister Pippa was unusual. At Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding, Markle resumed the tradition and only had children in her wedding party. Harry, however, continued his family's break tradition and named William his best man at the 2018 ceremony, which only seemed right considering his brother had given him the honor first. Royal brides have always donned the expected traditional symbol for being taken by wearing the wedding band on the left ring finger. But the husbands of the royal family have a different tradition, keeping their fingers bare. Perhaps you've never noticed the lack of male wedding rings in recent royal history. The Queen's husband never wore a wedding band, Prince Charles didn't wear a ring when married to Diana, and even Prince William opted out of ring wearing after his marriage. Though the tradition has been explained as nothing more than a personal preference, Vogue reported that it also may stem from upper-class etiquette guides, particularly Debrett's New Guide to Etiquette and Modern Manners, which states, "It is customary for the bride alone to sport a wedding ring." Thus, Prince Harry went against etiquette rules and his own family's tradition when he decided to wear a proper wedding band. It was a very modern choice, as much of his relationship with Meghan Markle has proved to be.
I took matters into my own hands.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.